The summer after my freshman year, my twin brother, Dad, and I decided that we wanted to climb the Grand Teton. Our family had always vacationed out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and we thought that it'd be really cool to be standing on top of the mountain. We had a mountain guide take us through a one-day training before attempting the two-day climb. We started with really basic stuff, and then we moved up to doing rope technique. Before doing the climb, I was a little bit nervous just because I knew the mountain was not easy to climb, and it stands at 13,700 feet. Our guide was great, and he was really trustworthy, because the things we were doing, you basically had to trust him with your life. Rock climbing was very foreign to me, my brother, and my dad, but it was amazing how quickly we could pick up the technique and skill. The last part of the training was a rappel, where you go down on a rope backwards about 80 feet. I really had no choice whether to do this or not, and you had to do it to be able to climb the mountain. After finishing the rappel and to end the training, I was really confident that I was conquering my fear of heights, and also gained a lot of confidence in my mountain climbing abilities, so I was really excited to take on the mountain. The next morning we woke up around 7 a.m. to hike 7 miles up to the lower saddle, which is where you can make an approach early the next morning to summit the mountain. This was a pretty easy hike, and we were basically just hanging out all day. We were scheduled to wake up at 3 a.m. the next day to beat the afternoon storms, but there was one problem. It was hailing, and we weren't able to get up until 7 a.m. Because of the late start, we were really crunched for time. By 10 a.m., we made it up to the upper saddle, which was only 500 feet away from the top. Although our guide made a tough call and said that it wouldn't be safe for us to take the time, the additional few hours, to summit because there were clouds rolling in. This was really disappointing at the time because I felt pretty confident in my climbing abilities and it would have been really fun to summit, although it turned out to be for the best. Instead of getting to the top of the Grand Teton, we were able to go to the enclosure, which is almost like a consolation. Getting to the enclosure point was really cool because you still had an incredible view of the Tetons and the Jackson Hole Valley. Despite not being able to summit, I was still able to conquer my fear of heights and also learn how to mountain climb, so it was a really cool experience with my family.